Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the Water Bear podcast. And this is a very special episode because we are kicking off season three. So, can't believe we're already on season three. We have a really great show lined up for you all. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. Hopefully, we'll be able to get everything in that I have on my list for us to talk about. But I'm really excited today. So, again, welcome to the podcast. If this is your first time joining, welcome. If it is your first time joining and you like what you see and what you hear, then make sure you go ahead and join the family and subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any content. Also, you can catch the drip, catch all of the episodes every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So for the next couple of months, you'll be able to catch new episodes of the show every Thursday. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I always like to kick off the show with a famous Aquarius. And the reason why I'm mentioning this particular person is because we're going to get to her a little bit later on in this discussion. But Kerry Washington. So for those of you who do not know, Kerry Washington is an Aquarius. And in honor of my special guest, Keith Swanson, I want to also highlight a famous Taurus. So a famous Taurus is Dwayne Johnson. Y'all probably know him better as The Rock. He is a Taurus too. So, all right. So I'm going to give a brief introduction about Keith. So Keith and I have been following each other on social media for, I'll say, probably a few years now. And one thing I really like about what I saw on his page and his content is he's one of those people that just moves in silence. He does a lot of big things. He doesn't brag about it. He just does it. He is that, walk the walk type of person, not just talking it. So, found out that, we have a lot of things in common. We're both part of the same fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha. So definitely glad to be kicking off the season with a brother. And he is also the founder and creator of Theta Nu Sigma. And he has even won an NAACP award. So that is something that we're going to get to in the show too. So he's done some major things. He's an author, an educator. He is a father as well, which we'll get to. And of course, he's a Taurus. So for those that don't know, Taurus falls into the fixed sign category. So there are 4 fixed signs of the zodiac: Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo are the 4 fixed signs. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring Keith in to join us.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Keith?
You good, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm good. How about you, bro?
Yeah, I'm making it, man. Trying to do my thing over here. And I appreciate the opportunity. So,
of course. No, I appreciate you being down to do it. I know that you're really busy. So I was trying to, with this season, get everybody in. As soon as I thought of them, I was like, okay, let me reach out because I know people's schedules fill up quickly, and especially yours because you
man, I'm all
do
over
a lot. Yeah.
Fortunately and unfortunately, I'm all over the place.
Yeah. Well, you're the good all over the place. Not, some people be all over the place and they're doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, or they're doing, they're not accomplishing their goals. But you're really all over the place in a good way.
Right, not in the too much category. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Or that variety of people. Yeah.
So if you don't mind, I know I gave a brief introduction about you, but if you don't mind also just sharing with the listeners and viewers, you already on it because I was going to pop up your social media info here, but I see you already got it there. I think you have one of the coolest handles. When I saw your handle at first, I was like, oh, that's cool. Keep don't sweat. So that's
yeah, man. Listen, I couldn't pass it up, man. So it was much better than any other one. I'm like, you know what, man? Yeah, I'm gonna have to rock with this. So I've had it for years, man. I wouldn't dare change it. So at this point in the game,
that's dope. Hey, okay. So what are anything that I left out, or anything that you want to share with the viewers and the listeners, kind of before we get into the discussion here?
Oh yeah, I mean, I can just tell you a little bit about me. So I'm an educator. So I've been in public education for 23 years. Single dad, making that transition and doing that. That's it's a little different, but it's cool. But I also have my hand in a lot of hats, man. So from like my nonprofit situation with my STEP program that's recognized at the district level at my school and in my district. I'm an author, so I'm writing a book.
Hey.
I have that coming out hopefully next year. I've been writing it. It seems like the moment I stop writing, I'm like, I'm good. And then something else, I'm like, no, you're not done yet.
Right. Got some more to do.
Add
this to the book.
gotta add it on. So I do that too. Work with NAACP as well. Of course, I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I mean, other than that, all types of things, man. Digital needs and stuff like that. You got that? I do that too. We'll talk about that.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Oh, and one thing that you did leave out that I was reading now, Theta Nu Sigma, if I'm not mistaken, they are 2-time national champions, right?
Yeah, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, we can't leave that out. That's a big deal right there.
Oh yeah. We worked with 106 and Park. We did with BET 106 and Park. We did it when that was a thing, and it's coming back, by the way. I don't know if y'all know that or not.
Oh, I did not. When is it coming back?
Soon. Like sooner than you think. I think like maybe sometime next year. Yeah, that's a thing. It's happening.
Hey, that 106 and Park I used to be rushing home for school so that I could watch 106 and Park. That was
I just wanted to see Free because Free was fine.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
you
ain't lying about that. Is she coming back?
I don't think so.
Okay, it'll be new host. Okay,
it would definitely be new host. But I do remember Free.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so but we worked with Facebook. We did some things with them. We have some things coming up with the Mavericks, and I'm excited about that. I think those are the only opportunities I know for sure right now that are like in stone.
Kind of set in stone.
Yeah, we're making some moves though. We do a little bit.
Hey, that's what's up. All right. Well, hey, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So I'm doing a couple of new things this season. So, of course, you're a Taurus. So before we get into the discussion and a couple of those things that I have, now, when is your birthday?
My birthday is May 9th. So my mother, is the way she tells it, I was born on Mother's Day. But that's not accurate, though.
You say it's not accurate.
Yeah, because Siri says it's a Wednesday, Mama. So...
okay.
That's like she's like, well, it was the same weekend. So yeah, but it's May 9th.
So I'm sure it's like extra special for her growing up because it's like Mother's Day and then your birthday so close to Mother's Day.
Right, just kind of blends right on in.
Right.
Right on in.
So would you say, and I'm always curious to see what people say or what their answer is to this question. Would you say that there's a difference between April and May Tauruses? Or is it all the same?
I don't know, man. I think it's all the same, to be honest.
Okay.
From my observation, the people and the friends that I've had, we all really have the same personality in a way. Like there are things that make us different for sure, but like there are some common. We all pretty much flock. I don't really think that there's much of a differentiation between those two, in my opinion.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so this is one of the new things I'm doing this season. So I'm asking everybody if you could tell us, and it doesn't have to be an alcoholic drink.
Oh, damn.
But if you could describe Taurus as a specialty drink, what would the drink be and why?
Hey, man, that's easy. Old fashioned.
Okay.
Old fashioned.
You know what? Okay, so I want to hear your reason why, but I think that's very accurate.
Okay, so the ingredients, bourbon, right? You got your bourbon, and so that that's where your kick comes in. Got your kick in there, but then you got your grenadine, you got your simple syrup, So because we are really nice and mellow. Believe it or not, we're really sweet people. Like we are pleasers.
Yeah,
that's what I believe. I believe like we have the best hearts, but not too many now.
Yeah. Taurus is not gonna let you get over on them too many times. If
right. And you take one or too many of those like old fashions, you're gonna be out.
Yeah.
So that's that's good. That's a really good analogy, man. Really good analogy.
Okay. So old fashioned. Okay, that would be your drink. Okay, that's what's up. Well, okay, so I want to get into a little bit of the stereotypes, things that I've heard. So I don't know if she's watching, but I did a poll a while back of the signs. This was a few months ago. I did this during season 2. The signs that were the worst to date. And I will say to Taurus's credit, it was y'all only had one vote. But when I tell you that vote was so strong, she was like, "It's Taurus men," like all caps, and I was like, "Why?" And she never told me why. So I don't know if she's.
I feel like you need an answer.
I do.
I need that as well.
Yes.
So
yes.
If you're here in the magical internet world, I would love to hear that answer. Well, I'm dateable. I'm very dateable.
See,
I'm a lovable
guy. So see, I need to find out. So if she's not on for the broadcast, I'm gonna have to reach out to her separately and say, hey, what was the reason why you said that?
Yeah, inquiring minds would like to know.
Yes, they would.
But to her credit, I will say,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, because I know me, and I know some of us. I do think that we have a tendency to be a little stubborn. Sometimes we want.
Me too.
Yeah. But that can go to anybody, right? That can be anybody. But I think that more so, particularly with Tauruses, though, we are pretty set and we do listen quite a bit. But when something just don't make sense, Tauruses, we bulls, we know bullshit.
You're gonna call it out, right? Yeah. Y'all will call out some bullshit quick.
We're gonna call out some bullshit, man. We don't do nothing else.
Yeah. No, y'all will.
Yeah.
I can see that. And the stubborn part, I can't even fault you for that because I feel like all of the fixed signs, I feel like that's something that we have in common because Aquarius, I think, is a very stubborn sign as well. And so is Leo and Scorpio. And so do you know, I don't know how deep you are into it, but do you know your moon and rising sign too?
I don't. I don't. I wish, and I need to be more up on that, to be honest, especially now because I'm getting really a lot more close to my spirituality. So I don't.
I just recently found out within the last few months, kind of around the time I started this podcast, and it was so funny because my moon and my rising are both Leo, which is another fixed sign. So I'm just like, I'm just
wait
all the way around. Yeah.
Wait. Someone said this to me. I had this conversation, and I do remember she saying, "Oh, it's Leo, so it's Leo as well, sir." I think it's Leo for Taurus. I want to say.
Oh, yours is Leo too.
I want to say so. I remember this. I don't know why I remember this.
Hey, okay.
You might have to fact check me. Somebody in the chat right now. I feel like y'all need to fact check me. But I do remember having a conversation about this with a young lady, and she was telling me like, okay, well, you're close to Leon. Like that's the closest sign for sure. But then also that moon. So I remember that conversation.
Okay. Yeah, that would be interesting because how I found it was it's some website. If I find the link, I'll send it to you. But basically, you put in your exact birthday, whole day, month, year, all that, and then if you know the time that you were born, you put that in too, and it basically spits out what your moon and your rising sign is.
Yes. So I stand correct. I have done this before. That is true. I have.
Okay. That would be really interesting.
That's funny. All that comes full circle to this moment. I do remember that.
Right.
That's funny to me, man.
That's what's up. Okay. So I can only say I'm an expert on Aquarius since that is my sign. The thing that, and you correct me if I'm wrong or not. There's I would say probably 3 common things that I've noticed about Taurus people, and this is either male or female, and you let me know if I'm off base or not. So one of them I think we already covered, and that'll just be, I won't count that as the 3, but the stubborn we talked about.
That's fair.
Yeah, so that's one. Another one, and I love this about Taurus, is so the first season, I think it was season 1. Another one of my friends, also he's frat, his wife, and she's my friend too. She's a Taurus, and she knows good food, and food is kind of like her love language a little bit. And I feel like Taurus, if a Taurus tell you that some food is good, you can take that to the bank. It's good food.
If we tell you it's nasty, it's nasty.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey man, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something about this. So don't let this fool you. I'm skinny dude,
but I eat good.
Hey, bro, I eat at least 5. I'm gonna eat after this.
Really? See, I need your metabolism.
Man, my metabolism is dumb. But yeah, we do know food, man. Like that's our comfort.
Yeah, y'all know food, and I feel like it's like it's so ingrained with the Taurus that to the point where I've seen situations where a Taurus can be in a really heated argument, and if food comes into play, it almost kind of seems like it kind of gets you off that ledge a little bit, you know, with the food factor in there.
I'm not gonna lie, I think that's pretty accurate, man. I mean, food makes everything better. Let's just be honest about it.
Hey, yeah, true. I agree. So that's one. I would say that's one for sure. Another one, I would say, I have never met a broke Taurus. I haven't. I like Taurus people. I feel like Virgo and some of the others, like probably Capricorn too, are probably really good with money. And what I mean is like not necessarily saying rich or something like that, but as far as if you want to talk to somebody who can tell you how to get money, keep money, and make money, it's gonna be a Taurus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
because like having.
Right. Which is kind of the third point. I feel like is really kind of tied to the first two in a way. I feel like Taurus is really enjoy finer things in life, and that doesn't always equate to material things. But I think, you know, experiences, things like that. I feel like, you know, a Taurus would, in my opinion, would make a really great event planner because I don't know, y'all just really know how to make experiences great for people. I think it's because that's, you know, what you look for or what you like.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's the mentality, is just to enjoy the moment. You know what I'm saying? But and if you're gonna enjoy it, you might as well go all out. So I would say that's true. Just speaking, not for all Tauruses, but by me. I do like to find things. I mean, my shoe collection is crazy.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I've been seeing on your post too. I'm like, hey, okay, you got some fly shoes. So
yeah. You had to go to school and stun on the kids, on the children.
Hey,
hey, mister, where you get them at? You know?
Like, don't worry.
But I think it's just because we have speaking of Taurus, we have an appreciation for life and just kind of knowing that we have a finite amount of time to be here. So if we are gonna be here, you know, enjoy the experiences. Like I said, it's not necessarily materialistic things, but it's like the moments. And so being able to create those moments, not just for yourself but other people, I think that's super important. That's one of our values. And so I would say that is also accurate, man. You spot on today, brother.
Hey, I'm trying. I was trying to do my homework on the Tauruses, and I was calculating. I was like, okay, all the people I know, they have this thing, you know, that are Tauruses, and I just, like I say, I love it. I think it's so dope. So, and I'd be like, hey, teach me your ways on that money.
Oh man.
Yeah, but it's always interesting too. So this is another question I have, because I feel like Taurus is one of those signs where they don't really, I never really hear of a Taurus really making an enemy. And I feel in most cases, if a Taurus doesn't like you or you have a Taurus as an enemy, you probably kind of deserve it, because I feel like the Taurus is, y'all really kind of just chill, kind of stay in your own world. So I'm curious to know from you, what sign, if any, would you say, oh, I'm running the other way from this zodiac sign? And it's okay if you got more than one, because I've had some people say, like, how much time you got? Like, I got a list.
I got like two.
Two? Okay. So what are those two and why?
In my opinion, though, just okay. And you got to hear me out on this, because it's gonna make sense, but it's not gonna make sense. You ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Number one, ready?
Scorpios. Ooh, I can see that. I could see the hit. Well, and you tell me the reason, but I could see, if nothing else, Taurus and Scorpio are two of the most headstrong signs. So somebody gonna have to let up.
Somebody gonna have to let up. There it is. I mean, and that's it. That's literally, I think, that because, and if you have two people, let's just say you're in a relationship or whatever, and you got two people who love really, really, really hard, and they, you know, that could be problematic. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you trying to exert and that person exert, and it should mathematically add up. You love and I love and we good.
Right.
But it doesn't necessarily equate that way. It's kind of, the wants and needs of one does not match the wants and needs of the other. And then, so we don't, and the back down thing, after a while, you know, it becomes problematic. That's all I'm saying. So not saying too much, but I have had an issue or so with someone of that's the classification of people. And I love it. No, listen, love it to death. She's a great person, but like that friendship
just
did not.
Couldn't.
It was very climatic. To say the least. Yeah, it was climatic. So we just, you know, sometimes you gotta chalk that up and just, hey, you know what, you good where you at, and I'm good.
Right. Over there.
And I'm gonna also say this, man, and this might be a little controversial, but Tauruses and other Tauruses don't get along that well either.
Oh, really?
I said what I said.
Hey, now that's surprising, because I tell people all the time, I say with Aquarius, it's really a 50-50 chance for me. Like, we might really hit it off, or I just might really can't stand you. So what is it about another Taurus that you say sometimes you can't gel with?
Oh man, forgiveness.
Ooh.
Easy.
Ooh.
Easy. Because like when you burn your bridge, well, I will say this: as much as it's a two-sided coin. So you have one part that's extremely like forgiving, and you know you allow chances and you allow these type of things, and sometimes you let people cross over your boundaries. But once it happens, even no matter how
we lose you. Just cut out. So all right, so hopefully Keith will be back on with us here in a moment. We'll just go ahead and keep this going for a little bit until he pops back in. But one thing I'll say about Taurus people is they absolutely despise liars. I know that to be true, not from personal experience done to me, but from experience of what I've seen their wrath against other people. They do not like liars at all. See, hopefully Keith will be back on here with us here in a second. But I feel like with a Taurus, and I can't wait for Keith to get back on so that he can kind of confirm or deny this. But a Taurus will excuse a lot of things if they know up front. I mean, you can almost come to them and say, hey, I'm a serial killer, whatever it is, and they're not judgmental. If they know what they're dealing with right off the bat, I feel like they have a lot of forgiveness. But I feel like where that forgiveness can be thin is when they feel like they've been deceived, or when they feel like they've been lied to some degree. I definitely feel like that is where Taurus can, those horns can come out. Let's say that. So anybody that's watching, if you've had any Taurus experiences, or if you are a Taurus that happens to be watching, feel free to drop it in the comments and we'll add that to the conversation as well. I definitely want to have enough time for us to discuss a lot of the personal things that Keith has going on too. Oh, there he is. So we will bring him back.
Yeah. Okay. I think that was Scorpio calling me.
Oh, the Scorpio messed up the connection.
I'll be damned.
Scorpios don't do it.
Yeah, no, I'll be damned.
So while you were out, I was just kind of talking, and so you correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Tauruses are one of the most non-judgmental signs. So one example I gave, and this is pretty extreme, but I feel like if you tell a Taurus off top, like, hey, I'm this, I'm a serial killer, I'm this. Whereas most people would run, a Taurus might fool with you because they're like, okay, well, at least you told me up front, you gave me a chance to decide what I'm gonna do. But I feel like a Taurus where the stubbornness and I guess the kind of the fixed sign part comes into play is I feel like when a Taurus has been deceived or lied to, it's almost no turning back. And you correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if that's the reason why you say Taurus and Taurus don't mix. But
no, you're absolutely right.
That's what I see.
Absolutely right. So speaking, just going off the first point that you're saying, you're right. Like you could be a serial killer. Be like, oh, that's what's up.
Right. That's not my thing, but okay. That's what you
got it, bro. Like no judgment. I might need your services later.
Hey, right. I might need to call a goon or two, and I know.
Yeah, a goon. You gotta have a goon or two in the pocket, dog. But the other part of that too, man, is like you said, like we are like really caring and loving and just really passionate people, and we give, and that's the thing. So we care, and sometimes to the point that we're like pleasers, right? Because we want everybody to be good, man. But then, like when that boundary is crossed, like numerous times, and you get a little bit more, aggressive about it, and then once sometimes people can just kind of push themselves out of your life, and then you don't want to have anything to deal with it because after that pattern hasn't been established for a while, it's like, yo, you're not gonna learn. It is what it is. Even to the point, if you are a Taurus and you talk to another Taurus, and y'all just bump heads, it's like it's irreconcilable, man.
Okay. And so would you say, I'm curious to know how you feel about this. Would you say knowing how you feel about forgiveness and knowing you're a Taurus and, all these things kind of playing together, do you think it makes you more skeptical of people right off the bat? Or is it more so, I'm going to trust you until you give me a reason not to trust you?
Yeah, it's definitely the second.
Okay.
I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, that's good.
Until you give me a reason to think otherwise. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, and it's a fresh start. The crazy thing is, it's a fresh start with everybody, even with people that have hurt you. But I think that process is a little longer, and it takes a certain amount of maturity too. And I'm not gonna just say just because I'm a Taurus and we don't forgive across the board. I mean, it's different for different people. You know what I'm saying? There's different levels. So depending on the level of hurt or the level of betrayal or the level of anger, it all is subjective. But just for the most part, I think that we really typically do care for people, but at the same time, we also care about our inner peace more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you separate myself from you, it's going to bring me my state, then I'm good. And if not, then I know a serial killer.
Hey, that's right. Got him on speed dial. Right.
We met him earlier, so
that's right. Okay. So before we, I want to switch gears a little bit and just kind of talk about your personal things and a lot of the projects and things that you have going on. But before we get into that, another new thing that I've started this season is wanted to know if you could pick one thing, what would your sign's superpower be? If you had to pick the superpower thing for Taurus, what would you say it is?
Yeah, I can't pick nothing lame because I feel like I got Taurus is like everywhere. Like, bro, don't let us down. Bro, don't let us down. I would say to be able to read people's thoughts. I think that that's to read thoughts and like just be genuine, because sometimes you spend a lot of time getting to know people, and you can just skip all the bullshit if you just know what they're about. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You can know where not to spend your time and to be able to weed those people out, not treat people a certain way, or even get to a place where you can allow people to get to your boundaries. So being able to read minds, I feel like that would be the Taurus's superpower.
I love that. So no disrespect to my water signs out there, because so if y'all don't, so for those that are watching and listening and don't know, the depths of this. So like I know you would fall under the earth sign category, Keith, and then I would be air sign. So the water signs, I feel, Scorpio, not so much Scorpio to me, but I'll say definitely Pisces and Cancer. A lot of things I read about them is basically, like their intuition, they're kind of mind readers in a sense. But I totally agree with you on what you just said, because I feel like Taurus is one of those signs that oftentimes kind of goes under the radar when we talk about being able to read people's minds and being perceptive and things like that. Y'all, Taurus people are very, very perceptive. I think the only difference is a Taurus may not always say what they're reading, but they still reading it. But you just might not know that's what they're doing, but they reading it. So
that is a fact. There's a whole fact.
Yeah.
Very observant, keen observers.
Yes. Very, very observant. Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. So man, you have so many personal things going on. I kind of don't even know where to start. But so okay, well, I'll start with Theta Nu Sigma. So I just want to know, how did that come about, and then was it a result of the things you were around just with Alpha, or was it something totally separate, or how did that kick off?
How did it manifest itself? Well,
yes.
It manifests itself by two boys stealing soda out of a vending machine.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no lie. They're stealing soda out of a vending machine.
What?
High school. This high school too, by the way. So
not elementary, middle school.
Yeah. Okay. So my man trying to get in here and get it, and so they had a step program there. I worked 7 years at O'Banion, 6 years at O'Banion, and I left O'Banion Middle School in Garland, and I went to move over to Garland where I teach now. And so there were some kids, and they were apparently, just the storyline is that they were trying to take sodas out the machine, and that the female sponsor was like, you know what, I'm tired of y'all. Y'all got to find y'all somebody else. So she had about 20 girls and had about 4 boys, and they were merging as a co-ed team. She said, I'm done with the boys. Y'all got to figure it out. So they saw my license plate in the driving back for school. They saw me in the parking lot. Mm-hmm. And so one of them decided to come upstairs, and they sound out, can you be our sponsor? That type of thing. And so I like, oh man, I don't know. So at this time, I have my my child is like, I have my second child at this point. So I'm like, I got kids, dog, and I don't know. I got I'm married, so I don't know if I even have enough time to devote to this stuff. He said, look, you can just come watch us. Like, we'll take care of everything. Just come sit down, and we have to have a sponsor or some type of adult. So I'm like, all right, man, I'll come check y'all out. So I'm sitting here. I go down to the lunchroom where they are, and I'm just watching. I'm like, and I got to help y'all. I can't let y'all go out like that. And then I've been with them ever since. It went from 4 boys to 5 boys to 9 to 11. And then after that, I let one girl on. And then now I got 30 kids now.
Oh.
I got 30 co-ed. Yeah, I have a situation, and we get asked to do everything under the sun, and we get a lot of sponsorship. We get a lot of love, and I've done it so long that every high school in Garland now has a step program that gets funding, that they get PE credit as a class, and they're about to be UIL recognized. So that's a big deal.
Wow.
So instead of taking PE, you get the same. Yeah, you get for step.
And see, you just said something, that money. You said funding.
Funding, man.
That's that Taurus right there.
It ain't say, man. It ain't free.
Right.
It can't be. It can't be free, dog. I'm sorry. It can be a lot of things, but it can't be
not free. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, do you think that your experience in Alpha maybe gave you a little bit extra patience with that?
Gave me a huge amount of patience with that.
Okay. And probably being a father too, I would guess.
Oh yeah. That for sure too. Just being that dad life is real. But like Alpha actually really helped with that. They gave me structure and foundation. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to run a business. Businessman. So that whole mentality goes, and it drips into everything I do. And so, and especially with that, it runs like a business. or junior fraternity. So yeah, all those things have a play into it.
Wow. Okay. So how did you balance that? Because so I know you said at that point you were already an educator for some years, and then now you're adding something else onto your plate, and you already have marriage. You know, you're a father of your own. Alpha pulls a lot in his own, you know, responsibilities, things like that. And then, you know, being an author, I know that we talked about your book and you've been, you know, working on that. So how did you balance your time with all of that going on?
Man, just do it. It becomes second nature. So one thing about most of the people who are Tauruses, who I mesh with, and it's a lot of us. When I tell you that there's I have a community of Tauruses, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, man. So listen, this is a real birthday lineup for it. So I'm the first one. So May 9th, May 10th, May 12th, May 16th, May 20th, and then my brother, he almost made it, dog. He's June 3rd. He's Gemini.
Hey, almost kind of honorary Taurus.
Yeah, he makes the honorary cut, man. So like, wow. And most of all of us literally have that philosophy. We all say, man, like we do stuff, man. They do a lot of things. So it's just second nature. So I took that and I'm thinking, like, you know what? It's not just me. it's
right.
Everybody.
It's just across the board. Yeah. I would say a lot of the Tauruses I know, they would be labeled as, some people would say, workaholics, because you know, steady going, you know, always. And with that in mind, is it, because I know some people, I know I'm like this, so a lot of times I just go, and unfortunately I'm trying to get better, be more intentional with taking breaks, but something will happen, maybe if I get sick, and then you're forced to slow down. So I'm just curious, like, as far as like interacting with other people, and not even so much from a zodiac perspective, but do you take that well, maybe coming from other people, where they say, hey, you might have a lot going on, like, you know, take a rest day, or is it just like, nah, I'm gonna keep you said no. That was quick.
I'm gonna give you a quick no. No, it doesn't resonate very well until you start to realize it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, hearing from other people, you know, hey, you need to slow down, man. You're doing a lot. You got a lot on your plate, man. You don't relax and all this stuff. But I feel like we're so goal oriented. You know, we have an end goal in place, and then anything that's in the way of that goal is an obstacle. It's not serving you. And so even when there's people who are really trying to give you the right information, you kind of
like,
you get the side mush and put them to the side.
Block that out.
But I think that's one unhealthy trait of Tauruses, is that we do extend ourselves sometimes, even outside of being a workaholic, just extending yourselves to other people too, because that counts too. Ooh. Trying to be something for everybody.
Trying to save everybody. Yep.
And then trying to maintain your space too. So unfortunately, I will say that I am extremely guilty of that. And I think that extremely guilty of that. we don't like necessarily saying no. You know, it's hard to say no.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. And April Thomas, April, thank you so much for tuning in to watch the podcast. I really appreciate it. She says her brother is a Taurus, and he is definitely a workaholic. So this all tracks.
These facts.
So spot on.
Spot on, man.
Hey. Okay.
Be nice to him, April. Be nice to your brother.
Right.
Be nice to your brother, man.
Don't do him too bad.
Don't do him too bad.
Yes. So, tell me about your NAACP experience.
Oh yeah. Okay. So first of all, I help out with AXO every year, which is for STEM, and so we got recognized as an educator of the year. It's no big deal. Just for the contribution that I do for the youth, it's not big deal.
No, I told y'all in the beginning, I was like, you know, Keith and a lot of Tauruses, I feel like y'all just move in silence. You know, I just do stuff. And I was on this page and I was watching his stories. And it's funny because I saw it, but it was kind of like a delayed reaction because I saw you holding the award and I was like, that looks like an NAACP image award. And so I was like, let me go back and watch it again. And then that's what it was. And so you never like, there was no big hoopla about it on your page. And I imagine anybody who didn't see that story, they may have missed it because, you know, you didn't really pub it like that. But that's big. That's congratulations.
Thank you, man. I got awards and stuff. I give my mom. So that's actually what my mom. So she had. I literally.
Oh, really? So you don't even have it at your place?
No, I think I may have. The only thing I have, I got this. I got a little Trailblazer, the Trailblazer Award. I got this last year. It was one important thing, but I was supposed to get this to my mom too. I don't.
And you said,
I don't keep it here because my kids break it. So I like. No, I'd rather it be somewhere safe. And she'll be really in her feelings if I didn't give it to her because she keeps all my certificates from like 3rd grade.
So she probably would be like, wait, why are you keeping this one?
I got that. It's in a shoebox, mama. I got that. Right.
Like, yes, I can pull it out like no notice. Just
look at what my baby did. I got
right.
Yes.
Hey, that's what's up. That's cool. That's cool. So I guess switch a little bit to kind of a serious note. Now these two people are both Aquarians, and I feel like I wouldn't say this is an Aquarian superpower, but I would say it's kind of a fault. It could be good and bad to some degree, but I feel like Aquarians are master compartmentalizers. To the point where I didn't notice this about myself until probably beginning of last year. I had compartmentalized things so well that even with people, I was splitting them up into different buckets when I shouldn't have been, if that makes sense. And so that gets tiring after a while. So I say all that to say, fast forward for those who've been, keeping up or seeing things in the news about them. So kind of another commonality that they share is about their fathers. So Kerry Washington, I haven't read the book yet. I plan on reading it. But she has a new book out called Thicker Than Water. And a big piece of the book talks about her dad is not biologically her dad. And it's something that was kept from her for years. She just found out, like, I think maybe 5 years ago. And even in seeing the interviews, and I don't know if this is an Aquarius thing or if it's just could be part of that and other things mixed in, but it still her energy reads like, yeah, this is what happens to me, or this. It's almost like it kind of makes you wonder, like, has she really dealt with it? Because it just seems like it's just so matter of fact of this is what happened. And then fast forward, I think a week or two ago, I saw Kirk Franklin's documentary. He's also an Aquarius, and he just found out who his biological father was. And kind of the really kicker part, I guess, to that situation is the guy that he hated for so many years, who he thought was his dad, actually wasn't his dad. So he spent a lot of time hating somebody who didn't deserve that, basically. The guy went to his grave and Kirk Franklin kind of hated him. So I say all of that to say, how have you seen, or how has your life changed with you being a father, of your own kids? And then I imagine to some degree, you're a father to all of the kids that are part of Theta Nu Sigma. I know another brother, you may know him actually, Arthur Gregg. Okay. So he's actually going to be on this season too. So yeah. So he's like I say a third dad to me, because my mom remarried when I was 2. And so I have a relationship with my biological dad, and we have a good, I'd say a good relationship. You know, we talk pretty often, but I also have a strong relationship with my dad. I don't even really like to say stepdad, but just in the context of conversation, because he's been with my mom since I was 2. So that's, you know, my dad. And then when I moved to Dallas and started going to UTD, Arthur became a dad of sorts to me. So I'm just curious, you know, what has that process been like? Or, you know, does one kind of influence the other, like your full-time fatherhood and then also being a father in a way to the kids that you work with?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I wasn't raised by my biological father. I met my biological father when I was like 13.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I was like 13. And so he was like, "Hey, I think you my dad." He was like, "I don't know." It was one of them type of situations.
Right,
so
right.
I can't fault him, because you have to think about it. If he had me when he was 17, he was a kid.
Right.
He was a kid.
Right. So it's a different mindset at that age.
Yeah, my mom was a kid. So, but I will say that I was raised by, and I don't like the word stepfather either, but like he was a good man. So and first of all, let me just go here and just as a disclaimer, that's a hard job, bro. That's a hard job to raise somebody else's child that's not your own, as though it's your own. That is a hard.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, let's clap it up for that, because
that's a hard situation, especially now as being a single dad. So I have my own kids, and any situation that I ever get into, I'm automatically now I'm a stepdad. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because again, those principles and the way that I was reared and the outlook at life that those gentlemen provided, I'm able to pass that stuff on to my kids too. So work ethic, you know, that type of thing. So, and that's who I am, Taurus for sure. Work ethic, right? The principles, you know what I'm saying? Being able to have goals, knowing why, you know, finances, like all this stuff, all those things came into play. And so now as a dad, I'm able to pass it on to my kids also. And the kids also within my program, you know, because it's all just, we're just all just lending information that we got for somebody else. If you really think about it. I borrowed this from them, so this is the good part. I'm gonna give this to you, and then you pass it on.
You take it on, right?
You take it on, keep going. So yeah, I would say that it had a major impact on who I am as a person, and then also just kind of what my focus and what my goals have been for the last couple of years, even moving into retirement. Hopefully, oh Lord, as I move towards that.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
So that life's gonna look a little different too.
Whew. Yeah. Yeah, and you bring up such a good point too. I always appreciated my dad growing up, and I knew what I had, and I knew how blessed I was. But you really don't know until you're either faced with that situation or you're dating. And I mean, because I'm 38, and I feel like if you and I've been married before, but been divorced now for about 5 years. And I feel like the thing with dating, especially when you get in your 30s, the reality is a lot of people you're going to meet, they're going to have kids.
Yeah. Oh, that is the reality.
Yeah, that's the reality. They're going to have kids. So it's just
they're a unicorn.
Right. Now I will say I don't have kids, but it just fell in the cards that way for me. I mean, it could have very easily had kids when I was married, but it just didn't happen. But at the same time, it's something that I feel like people, and I say in your 30s, but really just in general, just being an adult, that's when I really, really started getting more appreciation for my dad, because I was like, oh, okay. So now that I'm in a situation where I could be, fathering somebody else's kid, then it's real at that point, Yeah.
Good point. It's really good point though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. So I definitely don't want us to end. There's a game that I like to play towards the end, but before we get into that, I want to know more about your book, or to get, listeners and viewers a chance for you to talk about your books. I don't know how much you can share or how much you want to share, but
I'm a speaking code.
Okay, all right. Right.
I would say that in 2020, I had I think it was that might have been my midlife crisis.
2020.
Damn, I didn't think about that.
You know what? I'm with you, because mine was probably around 2019.
Yeah, I'm 44, bro. So like, I don't know. We not living.
I wouldn't have thought you were 40. I thought we were like the same age.
Oh no, I'm 44. Yeah. I'm a hard 44. Not
a hard 44.
But no. So I had a life-changing event in my marriage of 17 years.
Ooh.
Came to a crashing end in the middle of the damn pandemic, and I'm stuck in the house making really daily decisions with a person that I thought I knew.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so that was hard, to be in the home with a chameleon and someone who adapts to situations, and who had been doing it for 17 years without my knowledge, and finding out an incredible amount of information in 2 days. That's the chronicle of the story.
Wow.
It's a memoir. It's a part memoir. It's a part relationship book. It's part counseling. It's a book to help broken people be a little less broken. That's what it's about. Oh, and it's like, if Tyler Perry reads this book, it's an issue. Like, it's one of those level. It's a high level, super dramatic type situation, and you really can't make this stuff up. But I will say this. I will say that I'm very happy, because hopefully, knock on wood, I ended up meeting a producer, and this producer is also in charge of like HBO shows. So a famous HBO show that everybody knows. It starts with I. But I met her, and I told her.
Okay, I think I know what show you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, so I told her, I shared stories with her. I went to Miami for my birthday. My brother Chad, thank you. He's also friend. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. It was one of the best life-changing situations ever. But Ray Lewis from the Baltimore Ravens, he had a yacht party. Don't ask. I don't even know why I was there. But I ended up meeting this lady, and she turns out that she's an executive producer for said company. And she said, and I let her. She asked what I was doing there, and I asked what everyone else was doing there, because I was just intrigued. There was so many people around. I'm a teacher. I don't know what I'm doing on a yacht. I'm like, hey man, what do you do? And she said, well, I'm a producer. I'm like, oh, that's funny. I have a book. She said, what is it about? And we chopped it up, and she was in shock. I said, I have most of it done. I can send you a chapter. She said, well, yeah, send me a chapter. I sent her a chapter. She found me in 15 minutes, and she said, I don't know what I got to do, but I got to get you to LA. So I'm going to LA in November.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, man. So
wow.
I'm excited about that. Y'all pray for me. Hopefully, like I said,
yes,
this stuff
for sure
comes out. But it's not, like I said, it's not even necessarily about fame or anything like that. It's more just about to help to tell my story, because it needs to be told, because it was almost not told. It was almost.
It's so
it was almost not. That's about the best way I could put that. I was not going to be here to tell the story.
Oh,
so it was hard, and so it was a really, really, really dark time. But I'm good.
Hey, that's a blessing. You made it through. I feel like when you said 2020, I was thinking in my head, pandemic. I feel like there were so many things, like the pandemic, I feel like was a little bit of a double-edged sword. Depending on how you look at it, a lot of times, even in situations like that end, I feel like there's always something you can gain from it. So it's like, do you think that had the pandemic not happened, do you think, and of course not without, sharing details or anything like that.
Yeah.
The information. Okay, that's what I was going to say. Do you think that wouldn't have happened?
Life would have just glazed over, man. Yeah. But
Wow.
but like you said, I like the fact that you just said that, like it was a double-edged sword, because it could make or break you. But I think because of who I am, and I'm not going to necessarily say because I'm a Taurus, but because of those principles and those qualities, it was like, do you lay down or do you get up?
Right.
We got to push. We're gonna push forward. You know what I'm saying? That mentality, I think, was one of the main qualities that helped me get to where I'm now. So that helped quite a bit. Just me being me and not wanting to sit down and not lay down. No, I'm too busy. I got I die when I'm asleep, or sleep when I die, or something like that.
Right. Whatever the saying is, right?
Whatever the saying is, like, we got stuff to do. We're not gonna sit here and just chill out.
Wow. That's like I said, many blessings to you on that. I know it's going to be successful, and like I like what you said too. A lot of times when you go through a difficult situation like that, and you share it, people don't realize, and they'll say, "Oh, you're doing this for money, you're doing this for whatever." And I never think of it like that, because you're helping somebody, and especially from a male perspective, because really, when you look at all the books and everything that are out there, it's always from the female perspective when you're talking about divorce. Always,
it's always us.
You
know what he did, girl.
Right. Let me tell you.
It's different when it's the other way around, though. It is. So, and that story is just as important. That narrative need to be told too.
Yeah, it does, because there are a lot of guys that are, maybe going through the same, or not even maybe, that are going through similar things, and it's always good to know when you're not alone.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. There's a community. There's a community of us, man.
Yeah. Wow, that's dope. Yeah. Hey, well, yes, please keep me posted, because I want to support and I will get my copy. So yes, definitely keep me posted on that. Also, now before we get into this game, and I'll explain what it is. So it's called Dead in the Water, and it is 5 questions. It's kind of like rapid fire, this or that. So I'll give you 2 choices, and you'll tell me the one that you would throw back in the water. So basically, the answer you give me is the one you don't want. Yeah, that's the one you don't want. So
I'm chucking away. All right, cool.
Hey, okay.
Wait, you about to get me in trouble, man? What is this?
No, it's not. So I try to tailor it to each guest. So it's kind of mixed with, like, some of the stuff is like wild card things I just kind of threw in, and then some of it is based off of what I have seen that you posted, or things I've seen about you. So it's not, but nothing bad though, I promise.
Okay. Man, I don't need Scorpios calling me, as I'm saying.
Yeah, right. They're gonna be like, wait, what?
Scorpios calling me. You see now that didn't work out too well.
Hey, so don't do it. Don't do it. Right. Y'all gonna break.
Can I plead the fifth on any of these?
You can. I don't think you're gonna need to for any of these, but
just in case.
Yeah, just in case. You definitely can plead the fifth if you want to. Cool. Okay. All right. So let's see here. The first question is,
Wingstop.
You throw a Wingstop, even with the fries?
They too sweet for me, dog. They weird.
Yeah, those fries are, now I will say, I probably have to agree with you, because them fries, sometimes I'm like, am I eating a dessert or?
Yeah, I don't like sugar fries.
You put a little bit of sugar, but sometimes they go overboard.
Yeah,
with you.
Yeah, Wingstop gotta go. That's hard. That was a hard question, by the way.
It was? Oh, okay, yeah. Think about it.
Well, yeah, I take my kids to Buffalo Wild Wings on Tuesdays every week, so it's kind of biased.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm there. Half price day. I go all the
time. Hey, I'm with you. Okay, so I feel like I know what the answer to this one's gonna be, but spotlight or behind the scenes, and this is like relative to your personality. Okay, okay, that's what I figured. Okay, spotlight. All right. Yeah. Okay, so Jordans or Air Force Ones?
Air Force Ones.
Out of here. Okay. They gone. All right.
Can't stand them. Hate that shoe.
Really?
Hate it.
Really? Now, that's funny because I thought with you being a sneakerhead that you would have maybe had a little bit more of a tough time choosing.
You should see my classroom. So this is what I do in my classroom. I take shoes and I literally put plants in them. So
that's dope. I like that.
Yeah. So I have my whole classroom on nothing but like Jordan. So I don't have any Air Force One. Someone like they bought me one and like, hey, you can put your plant. I said, no, you can take that and put it in the trash. I don't want that shoe. I hate that shoe. It would not. I just don't. I don't.
Not even for the plant.
Man, that shoe is filled with hate. I do not like that shoe.
Really?
That's a hateful shoe. Can't stand it. I don't know why.
You don't like, I've never owned a pair of them, so I
guess. And you're living a good life. That's
right. Right. You're blessed because
you're blessed. You're living a blessed life.
That's what's up. Hey, and now that I think about it, I remember them being popular, but I never was just into Air Forces like that.
And okay, and so here's the thing though, like that was one of the cheapest shoes you can buy, bro, at the time. It was like $60.
Yeah, it was. That's probably maybe why they were so popular. I don't know.
Nelly. I blame Nelly.
Yeah, because when that song came out, they was just it was
done.
Yeah, that's true.
Why?
I was like, damn, not another Air Force One. It was just all over the place.
It makes me cringe, man. It's a good doorstop. We good.
You can use it for that, huh?
Yeah, Nike gonna get mad at me, you know? I'll be mad at me.
Oh man. All right, so gold or silver?
Silver.
Silver, okay. Same.
I gotta keep it.
Hey.
Yeah, I gotta keep gold.
Yes.
All day.
All right, so this one's kind of related to that a little bit. So this is two different songs. So T.I.'s Motivation or Crime Mob, Nuck If You Buck. Which song you throwing away?
Motivation got to go.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with you. As much as I love T.I., that Nuck If You Buck.
We nucking and bucking and ready to fight.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah,
sometimes we choose violence, so that's okay.
Sometimes we do. Hey.
Sometimes we choose violence.
That's right. I feel like that's a good Taurus energy song too.
It is. I mean, cause let's break it down real quick. We got a little time.
Yeah.
Nuck if you buck.
Hey, right. So we not gonna nuck unless
you buck. If you ain't buck, we ain't got a nuck. We don't got a nuck, bro. If there's no bucking, why we nucking? We straight.
There ain't no reason.
That's Taurus energy all day.
It is. Yeah, I definitely agree.
That is funny to me.
Yes. So this has been awesome, man. I appreciate you coming on, Keith. I really appreciate it, bro. If there's anything, I just thought of something that I did miss that we didn't talk about. Now, you are also a creative director and a photographer.
I am. I do all kinds of things.
Yes, there's so many things.
Yeah, man. So creative. Websites. I design websites. I do photography. I do video editing. I produce music. You didn't know that. That's a whole situation. Yeah, I produce music, man. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff, man. And my son does it now. So this is my laboratory where I get things done or not do anything at all.
Yeah, because sometimes that's the greatest productivity is not doing anything.
Sometimes doing nothing is doing everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just said something. Somebody gonna get that.
Hey, that's right. That's a word right there.
It is a word, right? Sometimes doing nothing is doing everything that you need. Yeah.
Hey, that's right. Wow. Okay. So so if y'all don't know, I'm gonna flash this up here. I know you got your handle already there, but just so they know and they can follow Theta New.
Yeah, man, follow me. I'm a nice guy. I'll click the button. I'll follow you back. I'm a good dude, man. I'll probably be.
Yes. No, you really are, for real. Seriously. But yeah, I'm definitely really, really glad that we had a chance to kick off the season with you being a guest. So this is amazing. I've really, really had a great time. And is there anything that you want to share with the listeners and the viewers before we go?
Oh man, just look, man. If I can give you any advice about life, just know what you want, figure out what that is, and go for it, man. We hear a finite amount of time, so do you. For all the naysayers, we good. And if they ain't nothing, you ain't got a buck.
Hey, they ain't nothing. If they ain't nothing, you ain't got a buck.
You ain't got a buck. Be cool.
That's right. That's right. Be cool. That's it. That's
Be cool, man.
That's right. Yes. So yeah. Thanks again, Keith. And make sure y'all tune in. We'll be back next Thursday. So this is Libra season. So it wouldn't be right if I didn't have an episode for the Libras. So,
Everybody got to join, man. Cool.
Hey, I was like, oh, you got a story about the Libras?
Nope.
No problem with them. Yeah, right. Long as you keep them scales balanced, we
maybe
good.
I do, maybe I don't.
Just depends. I don't know.
Just depends. No, I'm good. I want no smoke. I'm telling you, man. Listen, if I say something, they're gonna cut your show off. Don't do it.
Hey, right. It's gonna be
you seen what the Scorpio did earlier. Don't do it. They out here.
Just went away. Right, they listening.
They're listening, bro.
But yes. So make sure y'all, all the Libras, and even if you're not a Libra, anybody, make sure y'all tune in next Thursday for the show. Again, same time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again, thanks so much, Keith. Just made a great kickoff for the season premiere.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.